Okay, Paige, so we're going to just do a quick 14 muscle balance, going through the muscles, but we're going to use primarily metaphors to balance.
Okay.
Does that sound good?
Yeah.
And you can have an intention in mind for this, but we're just doing this one as just a quick tune-up energizer, your typical everyday 14 muscle balance, but we're going to get into metaphors a little bit.
Super.
Sound good?
Yeah.
So can I borrow this arm?
Yep.
And first one that we're going to do is this range of motion right here. So for supraspinatus, here's the range of motion. And I'm going to brace your shoulder, and you hold right here, okay? Ready? Hold. How's that one feel?
Feels fine.
Easy to hold? And let's try this one right here and hold. That's easy?
Yes.
Okay, so typical rule in Touch for Health is if it's easy to hold, it's good enough, move on. Continue to the next muscle or just go enjoy your life. But in the metaphor workshop, we do touch on a little John Thie rule. And so sometimes, particularly with supraspinatus, if there's no inhibition in the supraspinatus, we want the person to focus on what their goal is. So we didn't have a big conversation about a goal, but I imagine you have some purpose why you'd like to have a balance, maybe some stress that you're having, maybe some challenge that you're working on, something you're trying to accomplish. So try to have that in mind while we test the supraspinatus again. And ready, hold. And ready, hold. So depending on what you're focused on, what is your goal, what is the stress, you'll see a different response in the muscles, a different response in the meridians. So that's why sometimes it's very beneficial to have a particular goal, particular focus, so then you'll get a particular benefit. So now my hands are wanting to go to the spinal reflex, and for our practice on central and governing, we will go ahead and do the spinal reflex. So if it's okay with you, and you know where to move your hair, so we're just going to brace the head here. I hope my cold hand is okay. And I'm just stretching up and down at T1, C1, C2, which you're probably already familiar with because usually we take Touch for Health level 1 and 2 before we start with the metaphors, at least. So I'm stretching the skin, and we know this is related to central meridian, so at the same time, I can invite Paige to think about what does central meridian mean for her. Or we can go a little bit further if you want to come back around this way. We can also just tune into the movement and how does that feel and see if there's any sensation, any feeling just by tuning into the movement. And I see a little flicking of the fingers there.
There's some stuff I'd like to get rid of.
Some stuff to get rid of. So you can do the gesture, and you can also just have that intention of letting go of what's not necessary or useful to you. And then we'll recheck the muscle. So hold right here. How does that feel?
Better.
And hold right here.
Nice and solid.
Nice and solid. Great. So now let's try this next one. And you know the technical name for this one?
Chicken wings.
Chicken wings. And so we'll do this range of motion, bringing this leg come through. Yep. Pulling the elbow forward. Now brace the shoulder and pull the elbow. Ready? Hold. Easy to hold?
Yeah. And I'm thinking about my goal.
And you're even thinking about your goal, although that's mainly just for central meridian. And after that, you don't have to really overemphasize it, but you can be thinking about it as you go. And then hold this one here. Hold. So that's easy to hold.
Yes.
Even thinking about the goal.
Yes.
So maybe you've already got some, you've got some backbone. So it's okay to bring in a metaphor, even when it's strong. Reinforce. Governing meridian related to the spine and backbone. Excellent. Bring your arm out in front.
I'm not a chicken.
That's good. Not a chicken. You got backbone. Good metaphor. So now pectoralis major clavicular, bringing the arm up and in. And maybe you can relax the shoulder a little bit as we do that. And then I'm going to pull the arm down and out. And ready? Hold. Were you trying to hold it?
Yeah.
A little bit. You could feel it wasn't going to lock, so you let it go. So that's good. We don't have to struggle too much. Just notice if it's easy to hold. And if not, you don't have to struggle. You don't have to fight. So now, again, my hands are magnetically going to T5 because that's the spinal reflex I'm used to. But in this case, for our practice, we're just going to start out by doing the movement and thinking about what metaphor might be involved.
Oh, so there's some heavy waters I'm swimming through right now.
Swimming through heavy waters. But you're keeping your head above the water?
Working on that. I'm working on that.
And you do have the swimming metaphor, and we often call this one the swimmer, Although sometimes when you do the gesture, there's a different idea or a different feeling that comes up. So related to the swimmer, sometimes people say don't go swimming too soon after you've used your stomach or eaten something.
Well,
and we relate this to stomach meridian. So I don't know if stomach meridian is...
Well, there's some things I'm having trouble stomaching.
Some things you're having trouble stomaching. And
Yes.
you don't have to confess what it is. That's one nice thing about it.
I'm not going to tell you
We just
anything.
offer you the metaphor for you to contemplate. If it's helpful for you to speak about it, we try to make time for that. But if you prefer to keep it private, that's fine too.
Okay.
So bring your arm out here and hold and ready. Hold. Easy to hold.
Yeah, much stronger.
And bring this one right here and hold. Is that easy to hold?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we'll move on to this one. For spleen, and it looks like kind of a little bit of a penguin movement, so sometimes we call it splinguin. So you're just tuning into how that feels, but that's also isolating that particular muscle. So hold against you and ready, hold. So you have some strength to hold it, but it's not totally easy.
Right.
So let me come over to this side.
I'm trying.
Ready, hold. Yeah, so you do have to put a little effort to see if it's easy to hold. You can't just do it completely without any effort, but if it's not easy to hold, then you can let it go. So now you can do this movement and see how that feels.
I just have some tension in my shoulders.
Little tension in the shoulders. Otherwise, it's an okay movement. If you were expressing something, if you were trying to tell somebody a message with this movement, is there any kind of idea that comes to mind as an expression?
Get away from me.
So making space, get away.
Yeah.
Does that fit
Get away.
something in your life at this time or something, some
Sure.
challenge?
Yeah.
So that's very common, this movement. People feel like it's making space. Even though the muscle is more holding the arm in tight to the body, the gesture is both ways, so it can be either way. And also we relate this one to the spleen meridian, and that's both spleen and pancreas function. So you can think about immune system and keeping energy at regular levels, or energy going up and energy going down.
And also, because it's pancreas, some sweetness in my life that I
Aha.
would prefer to have there, which is not there right now.
So you're saying pancreas relating to processing sweet,
Yes.
but it's also in the earth element, and sweetness
Yes.
is also a metaphor for earth element. So that
Yes.
matches both times. So you'd like a little
Good.
more sweetness in life.
Yes.
And not necessarily just through scones and sugary drinks,
Correct.
but some other kind of sweetness in
Yes.
life. Okay.
Yes.
So let's recheck the muscle. And ready, hold. And ready, hold. And of course, both of us are used to doing this exercise, so we're actually not so surprised that there's a change in the muscle response just by doing some movement and talking about the metaphors. But the first time people notice that, if they've been used to testing muscles and rubbing the points, it's kind of a surprise to them that, oh my gosh, just thinking about what's going on related to the metaphors, it can create a change in the muscle. Not always, but quite often. And so far, so good. So now let's come up into this position, good old scarecrow position, and let's do the range of motion, gently drive through the range of motion. Now I'm going to brace the front of the arm and pull forward. Ready? Hold. Easy to hold?
Yeah.
And let's do the range on this side. Let's move it. And now ready? Hold. How's that feel?
That's okay.
That's okay?
My heart is in it.
Your heart is in it. So you knew the metaphor. Scarecrow is related to heart meridian, subscapularis muscle. So you beat me to the punchline on that joke. Good job.
Okay.
But we're not done with the balance yet. Don't go away.
Okay.
So now fingers are pointing down, so we're going to move down to the legs. So we're going to do quadriceps. And how about, even though you seem pretty strong and be able to balance on one leg, how about you put your hand on me so I can help support you and bring the leg up. And I'm going to push straight down. And ready, hold. And let's try the other side. And ready, hold. Easy to hold?
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay. And if we know something about quadriceps and what it means, mountain climbing, we could reinforce, even though it's strong, we can reinforce, aha, I have the energy to climb the mountain.
Yes.
Or I can put my foot down.
Right. And
Energy
I
is
can
already on.
Step up to where I need to step up.
And you can even do that extension
I
part.
can even, yes. I can.
Nice.
Yes, that's a good one.
So
I
we
have
can-
no problem with that one.
Excellent. So we can play with the metaphors whether it's switched off or switched on, but we emphasize when it's switched off to look at the metaphors.
Nice.
We usually don't get too high-tech in Touch for Health, but here's my high-tech equipment. It's called a chair. You might want to hang on to that with one hand so that you're nice and stable, and you can bring one foot up and out like this. And you can leave your heel on the floor so you're still nice and stable.
Okay.
You can put your hand on me too if you like. And then foot comes up and out and a little bit pronated if possible. That's it. So little toe towards your ear and big toe down. Perfect. And then we're going to push it down and in. So ready? Hold right there. How's that feel?
That feels okay.
Easy and no pain? Okay, so then I'm going to come around this side. Bring this one up and out. A little bit out to the side too. Is that far as it goes out? And ready, hold. Easy to hold?
Yeah.
So we have to work with the range of motion. Different people have different ranges of motion. Some have a little, some have a lot. So I just want to check that each time that they're going to their full range.
Okay.
So now that I have this chair right here, if you hang on to the chair right here,
Yes.
with both hands, and then bring your leg out here 45 degrees and rotate the foot out, then I can brace the hip to check the psoas muscle. So here's the range of motion. And ready, hold. How'd that feel?
It hurts.
It hurts.
Yeah.
And so that's why you just let it go. You didn't put any effort into it. And now hold right here and ready, hold. That one also hurts. And I'm
It's
just
uncomfortable.
dying to go to the spinal reflex, but I'm not going to because we're just practicing our metaphors right now.
Right, okay.
And see if metaphors are enough for our practice. In life, of course, we can do both at the same time. But for now, we're just practicing just the movement. So let's try that movement first. And just notice just doing the movement. Is it painful? Is it easy to do?
It's not painful,
Okay.
and it's fairly easy to do. It's just not strong when you test it.
It wasn't strong when you tested it. And so we can think of this as a kicking motion perhaps, or maybe when you do the movement it feels like some other action or some other expression.
For me, it's just like swing, you know, wanting to be free and easy.
Free and easy, okay, so that's a different metaphor.
Yeah.
So it's
Sorry.
good I don't put my metaphor on you, I give some space for you to come up with your own metaphor.
Okay.
So free and easy. So where does
Yeah.
free and easy fit into life right now and the challenges you're dealing with?
It's not.
Not so free and easy.
And it would be nice.
It'd be nice. Is it possible you could do the same work that you're doing in a free and easy way?
Not just yet.
Not just yet.
There's still some climbing to do.
Okay, got to do a little more mountain climbing, but looking forward to the time when it's free and
Oh,
easy.
absolutely.
Okay, so hang
Yeah.
on right here. And bring the leg out here, rotate out, and ready, hold. Easy to hold?
Yeah.
No pain?
A teeny bit.
A little bit of pain.
Yeah.
So bring
But
your leg
this
out here.
is a muscle that's often,
That left side?
it's kidney. It's often.
Okay, ready, hold.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
when you check psoas muscle, it's often a little painful.
Yeah.
And you say you relate that to kidney, so you relate it more to organ function than necessarily to just what's going on with the physical muscles.
Yes, I relate it more metaphorically.
Okay, so metaphorically,
Yeah,
what is
I do.
kidney for you?
Well, kidney is fear.
Kidney is
Yeah.
fear.
Yeah.
Okay, and you don't have to tell me what it is. You could mention if you like, but you know what it is.
Yes, yes.
And right now in this situation or more general in life?
Both.
Both things.
Specific to the situation.
So
and
right now
also
there's
like-
some issue of fear,
Yeah.
whether it's someone else's fear or your fear,
Yes.
and other situations.
Right.
Okay, let's try it again, because it still hurt a little bit. And just out of
Yeah.
curiosity,
And see
what
if
does
that's
that
okay.
metaphor do?
Oh, it helps.
It helped.
Yeah, that's good. It did help.
You
Thanks.
ready?
Thank you,
Hold.
Matthew.
So not painful
Yeah,
now.
no.
Okay, good. So
Good.
if it's not painful, we'll just move on. If
Yes.
it continued to be painful, my favorite reflex would be to go ahead and do the neurolymphatic reflexes. You could rub them a little bit if you wanted. Doesn't hurt. Doesn't mean we can't use reflexes just because we're practicing metaphors.
Okay.
Should we test it one more time
Sure.
to see if it's even better?
Sure.
Bring it out here, rotate out, and hold.
Yeah, it's still good.
Still good. Okay, we reinforced it. We didn't
Yeah.
make it worse at least.
Correct.
So hang on here. We're
Okay.
getting near the end, so we got a
Okay.
few more muscles. So this one is for gluteus medius. So just going to go straight to the side, hanging onto the chair.
Okay.
And ready, hold. Doesn't seem totally easy to hold.
Yeah, it's not.
This one
it's
out here.
not bad, but it's not totally
Hold.
easy to hold.
I definitely feel some strength, but I don't want to get into
Yeah. Yeah.
an arm wrestling or leg wrestling contest.
Uh-huh.
So this movement straight to the side, you can try that movement. See how it feels.
It again, for me, it's like dancing.
Okay.
It's like
Nice.
having fun, doing fun stuff.
And I don't think it's a bad thing for me to share that earlier today you said, hey, my life is going great, but I have some challenges I'm working with now.
Right,
But
right.
life is fun.
Yeah.
You just have some challenges also.
Right.
So hang on right here,
So
leg
let's
to the
have some more
side.
fun.
And ready, hold. You can bring a little bit of the energy from the rest of your life, which is that fun and easy going.
Good. Yeah.
Easy?
Yeah.
Okay, so after gluteus medius, what comes after gluteus medius? This
Oh,
one here,
You lost me.
teres minor,
Yeah.
the big W. And then we'll do this range of motion for teres minor. And ready, hold. Easy to hold?
Yes.
And let's do this range right here.
Mm-hmm.
And ready, hold. Is that easy? Okay, so if it's easy already, we'll just continue to enjoy life. Here's the next one, anterior deltoid for gallbladder. And ready, hold. Easy?
Yes.
Hold.
Yeah.
Good. Bring this one here, thumb down, and I'm going to push
Okay.
up and out.
Mm-hmm.
And ready,
Uh-huh.
hold. Not quite. And hold right here. Okay.
That one's just this side.
Yeah. Oh, just the right side.
Well, that one really gave.
Yeah.
This one wasn't so.
So let's try doing this movement and kind of notice the difference between left and right. And this movement coming up and out, but also this movement coming down and in. You can try either way. See if there's a difference between the feelings.
So this is cutting through.
Cutting
That's like
through.
cutting through stuff.
All right.
Cutting through
Expediting.
all that stuff. Yeah. Yeah. Versus this is more of freedom. That's freedom
Aha.
for me.
So cutting through might help you get into some freedom.
Yes.
Okay, nice. So bring this one right here and bring it down and in a little bit. And ready, hold.
Yeah, that's better.
And
Much
let's
better.
try this one here. And ready, hold.
Yep.
So the other thing about that one, because it's liver meridian, liver is known to have more than 500 functions. So my favorite metaphor for that one is multiple responsibilities. So at the moment or sometimes in life, do you feel like you have multiple responsibilities?
Yes, I have a lot going on right now.
Okay, so that might be part of
Yeah.
it. So let's recheck. And ready, hold, and hold. Easy to hold now?
Yeah.
So now let's extend the shoulder here, thumb up for lung, anterior serratus, and hold. Is that easy to hold?
Yeah.
And extend right here, and hold. And one last test, if you hang on right here, bring the leg out, but now rotate in, and hold. And so fascia lata, large intestine.
Don't do this.
And
Not on
ready,
film.
hold. So there's a little joke related to large intestine, but we don't have to mention that one. We can just notice how this feels. And there can be some stuff we don't need to hang on to.
Eliminating, that's right.
Yeah,
Get rid of some
elimination.
stuff.
What's not beneficial to us, what's not serving us, we can let go of that
Yeah.
at the appropriate time in the appropriate way.
Right. Yeah. It's really about letting go for me. Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, hang on right here. Bring your leg out here and ready, hold. And out here and hold. So that's 14 muscles, playing with the metaphors.
Yes.
We threw in a little bit of neurolymphatic just to reinforce the strength on the psoas muscle.
Uh-huh.
But it seemed like we got through a lot of muscles with just metaphors.
Yeah.
It seemed like you like working with metaphors.
Oh, I love working with metaphors. It's my favorite.
So does that feel like enough for now?
Yes.
Well, thank you for volunteering. Would you like a hug?
Yes.
Thank you for
Matthew.